My name is Lisa, and we are going to be doing a twisting vinyasa flow today. Start by finding your most comfortable seated position on the floor. It can be cross-legged or with your legs out, whatever works for your body. But find your sit bones, sitting up tall but comfortably. Close your eyes. Begin to connect to your breath. Take a big inhale. Feel your belly. Feel your rib cage expand. On your exhale, feel your belly fall. Feel your rib cage fall. And then try that again. Inhale. Feel the belly expand. Feel the rib cage expand. On the exhale, feel the belly fall. Feel the rib cage fall. Let's try 2 more breaths like this. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Now can you slowly open your eyes? We're going to start with some spinal movement. So go in one direction, in front, side, and back, rounding the spine. And then repeat. On your inhale, come forward, arch. Exhale, come back round. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's switch directions. So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You might notice already that it's easier to move in one direction versus the other direction. Amazing. Now slowly return back to center. Gently fold over your legs any amount. Remember, we're just beginning to warm up and just do what is comfortable for you. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, slowly sit up. Now, can you bring one hand behind you? The other hand comes to the outside of your thigh and gently twist. Be here and breathe. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Notice what is beginning to happen as we begin to introduce a little bit of a twisting sensation. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? Exhale. Slowly come back to center. Take a moment here. Notice if things feel funny because you twisted to one direction and not the other direction. We're going to do the other direction now. So bring the other hand behind your back. Bring the other hand to the outer thigh and gently twist. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try one more inhale. On your exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. So we've begun to prep the spine. We're going to lay down, do a little bit of twisting work and core work utilizing that rotation, and then we're going to stand up and do a vinyasa flow. So I invite you to lay down to start. Hands by your sides, feet hip width aligned with the outside edges of your mat. Try a little inhale, arch of your spine. Exhale, around the spine, press the low back into the mat. Maybe find that hug of the low belly to the spine. Try that again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. Exhale. Now, hug both knees inwards. Gently rock for a moment. Modified happy baby. And in any way that serves your body right now, can you allow both legs to fall to one side? Allow the opposite shoulder to fall behind you. And just be here for a spinal twist. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly allow your knees to come up to face the ceiling, and then allow the knees to fall in the other direction, allowing the other shoulder to face behind you. And of course, notice how the rotation is different between the 2 sides of your body. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly allow your knees to come up. Hug both knees inwards. Gently rock for a moment. And now that we've stretched the spine a little bit, we're going to work on that stability work. So, start by bringing the feet to the floor again. Find that hug of the low belly, that stability through the core. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, gently lift both legs off the ground so you're in a reverse tabletop. Your knees are over your hips. Your heels are aligned with your knees. Your legs are hip width. Try to hug through the low belly. Breathe here. Notice how your core is engaging. This is where we begin to build a little bit of fire. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, can you slowly experiment with pulling your head and shoulders off the mat, pulling your rib cage towards your pelvis, hugging through the low belly, and then breathe here. Notice what kind of sensation this might build. You might notice you begin to get a little bit of the shakes. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more inhale. On your exhale, slowly bring your head and shoulders down. Slowly bring your feet down. Gently windshield wiper your knees back and forth. We're going to do a bridge, and then we're going to do some rotational work with the core work. So allow your knees to come back to center. Heels come towards the hips. Big inhale. On your exhale, slowly peel your hips off of the mat using your glutes to lift you. Point your knees outwards. Try to reconnect to your breath and your core here. So big inhale. Feel the belly, rib cage expand. Exhale, feel the belly fall, feel the rib cage fall. Maybe find a hug of the low belly even here. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do 1 more inhale? On your exhale, slowly bring your hips back down to the mat. Okay, are you ready for that second tabletop? And this time integrating a tiny bit more core work. So big inhale. On your exhale, find that hug of the low belly towards the spine, that engagement of the core. Lift your legs again so they are in a reverse tabletop. Knees over the hips, heels aligned with the knees, feet and legs hip width. Now big inhale. On your exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the mat. Peel rib cage to pelvis, pelvis to rib cage. Notice what kind of sensation you have here already. Now, I want you to think about the right lower part of your rib cage. You're going to pull that to the left pelvic bone. Big inhale.
On your exhale, right lower part of the rib cage towards left pelvic bone. You might notice your right shoulder lifts a bit. And then hold this. Try to feel that rotational connection. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. On your exhale, slowly come back to center. Now big inhale. On your exhale, think about that left lower part of your rib cage. Pull it to the right pelvic bone. Maybe you bring your hands over. Maybe your left shoulder's lifting over. Breathe and hold this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring yourself to center. I know that was interesting and juicy. Take one more big inhale here. On your exhale, slowly release, slowly hug both knees inwards. Our core should begin to feel like it is warming up. We are going to do one more element here to prep for our flow. So now, can you hug one knee in towards the right armpit? So I'm going to say right knee, right armpit. Left leg goes long along the floor. And then can you start by hovering the left leg above the floor, already feeling the kind of core engagement you might have here. Now big inhale. On your exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the mat. Pull the knee to the nose. Think about pulling the rib cage to the pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now can you see about drawing the knee towards your left shoulder, so towards the opposite shoulder? Notice what kind of sensation you might have in your core. Notice if you feel any stretch across your right hip or right IT band. Soften through the shoulders. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, pull your knee back so that it's more centered in your chest. Slowly release the left leg down. Release the right leg. Take a moment, shake it out. Oh yeah, that was good. Let's do that on the other side. Draw the left knee in towards the left armpit. To start, extend the right leg long along the floor. Now take a big inhale. On your exhale, find that engagement through the core. Let the right leg hover above the mat. Notice already what kind of core sensation you might feel by doing this. Now inhale. On your exhale, peel your head and shoulders off the mat. Pull the knee to the nose and vice versa. Think about pulling the bottom part of your rib cage towards the top of your pelvis. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now maybe with this left knee, you can think about drawing it towards your right shoulder. Stay here through the shakes and the core sensation. See if you can lift yourself up even higher. Breathe here. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly release the leg, release the other leg, shake, wiggle it out. Amazing. All right, hug both knees in, roll along your spine a few times. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly roll up, cross your legs as gracefully as you can. That wasn't terribly graceful for me. You're going to find your tabletop. Now, of course, a few times if you wish, you can inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round, drop the head, push the mat away. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Can you do one more inhale? Exhale. So now, find your tabletop position. Find that core engagement. Soften through the shoulders. Get ready to transition into a little bit of a more traditional sort of vinyasa flow. So tuck your toes, big inhale. On your exhale, gently push up and back to your first downward dog of the day. Now, of course, as you're here, you can feel free to pedal one heel down, pedal the other heel down, moving out your back, moving out your hips. Beautiful. And then arrive in your downward dog. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Exhale. Now on your next inhale, come forward to a chaturanga or a plank. Take a moment here, big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows into the rib cage. Slowly melt towards your mat. Bring your hands by your low side ribs, elbows in. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, tuck the chin. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, come back to the mat. Bend the knees, root through the hands, big inhale. On your exhale, press up to chaturanga on the hands and knees, tuck your toes. Press back to downward dog. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, way forward to your chaturanga or your plank. On your next exhale, melt to the mat. And then maybe you're going to come up and find Sphinx for a moment. Wiggle out your hips. Begin to build a bit of a back bend. And we're going to do a little bit of Sphinx to plank work to get our cores feeling a little juicier. And from there, do a little rotational work in our planks. So, on your next exhale, can you round the spine, pull rib cage to pelvis, pelvis to rib cage, slowly peel up so that you're in a plank on your forearms and knees. And then inhale, allow your pelvis to melt back to the mat. Find your Sphinx. If you need to, wiggle up your hips again, or if it just feels good, do it. Try that again. Exhale. Inhale. Let's try 2 more like that. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. On your inhale, hold your plank. Now remember, if you want to make this more challenging, you can come up on your toes. Now think about those pelvic bones, and I want you to move in centimeters. On your inhale, dip your right hip down a centimeter, just a centimeter. On your exhale, hug through the low belly, pull your pelvic bones back to center. Inhale, dip the left hip down just a centimeter. Exhale, pull back to center. And then continue working on this. Inhale right, exhale center, inhale left. Exhale center. Now remember, if you get tired, like I am, or if you need an easier option, do it on the knees. So inhale right. Exhale, pull back to center, hug through the low belly. Inhale left. Exhale, hug through the low belly, pull back to center. Go again, inhale right. Exhale, pull back to center. Inhale left. Back to center. 1 more each side. Inhale right. Exhale, come back. Inhale left. Exhale, come back. Take 1 more big inhale. On your exhale, allow your hips to melt down. Bring your head and shoulders to the mat. Wiggle things out. Woo! All right. Hands by the low side ribs, elbows in, bend the knees. Big inhale. On your exhale, press up to chaturanga. Tuck your toes. Press back to downward dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next inhale, way forward to your chaturanga or your plank. On your exhale, hug the elbows inward, slowly lower down. Now, if you wish, you can do a cobra to a downward dog. I'm going to coach upward dog to downward dog. So bring your feet together, press the tops of the feet into the mat, lift through the thighs. Hands by the low side ribs, elbows in, big inhale. On your exhale, lift up to upward dog. On your exhale, think about much like moving from Sphinx to plank. Hold ribcage to pelvis, pelvis to ribcage, hug through low belly. Press back to downward dog. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, step to the top of your mat, allowing your feet to be hip width and aligned with the outside edges of your mat.
Now inhale, hands to thighs, flat back, look forward. On your exhale, fold towards the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms above your head, look towards your palms. On the exhale, bring your hands to prayer. So before we continue into the next part of the flow, we're going to do a bit of Utkatasana or chair work. I'm going to be facing you for this so that you can have a sense of what it looks like from this angle. So allow your feet to be hip width and aligned with the outside edges of the mat. This is actually prep for later on when we're going to be doing a rotated Utkatasana. Start with your hands on your hips. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, hinge back, bend the knees, think like a squat. Now think about maintaining an element of neutral spine, so core engagement. So I'm going to flip for a moment. So you don't want to be popped out, and you don't want to be super round. You want to be somewhere close to neutral. And you can always work on going deeper or higher up, but try to continue to think about feet. Glutes activated, knees over pinky toes, and good core engagement. Now with the arms can be in front, they can be in prayer, they can be above your head. Find something comfortable for yourself. Breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now I want you to try to remember the sort of positioning with your legs, because the idea being eventually maybe you'll be in a runner's lunge with very similar alignment, and then eventually you will be in a rotated lunge with very similar alignment, believe it or not. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, gently fold towards the mat. Now inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. On your exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to a chaturanga or a plank. We're going to hover halfway, go into upward dog, and then transition back to downward dog. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway above the mat. Now inhale, upward dog. On your exhale, press back to downward dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now, root through your left heel. Inhale, float your right leg up to three-legged dog. On your exhale, come forward through the chaturanga. Pull your knee to the nose. Push the mat away. Remember that position on our back where we were pulling our knee to our nose. Think about similar core engagement here. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, gently place your right foot between your hands. Square your hips. Root through that glute. Big inhale. On your exhale, slowly sweep your hands up. Find crescent lunge. So now I want you to put your hands on your hips for a moment. Remember the Utkatasana, the chair pose you were doing before? I want you to find an element of that alignment. So we're going to hinge forward. Imagine this right leg is in that chair we were just working on before this posture. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Maybe experiment with moving into the chair. So bring the foot back, the left foot back. See, Utkatasana. And then place it back into that modified runner's lunge. Play with this a bit. Try to find elements of similar alignment, because that's what you're going for in a posture like this. And then kind of find your lunge. Notice what happens when you do a little experiment like that. Big inhale. Exhale. Woo! This glute's beginning to talk to me. Now, can you turn this back heel, this left heel, in and downwards? Re-square the hips. Big inhale. On your exhale, sweep your arms up. Find warrior one. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, can you slowly bring your hands to the inside of the right leg? Walk around so that you're in a wide-legged forward fold. And then walk back so that you're in a low lunge on the left side. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, gently walk
exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, press back to downward dog. Take a breath here, inhale. Exhale. Now, of course, we are going to do all of that on the other side. So inhale, float your left leg up for three-legged dog. On your exhale, come forward and through to chaturanga plank, left knee to the nose. Imagine that work we did on our backs before, similar alignment here, inhale. On your exhale, gently place left foot between the hands, square the hips, inhale. On your exhale, slowly float up to your crescent lunge. Now remember, hands can be wherever you want them. Maybe bring your hands to your hips. Hinge forward, find an element of that Utkatasana work on this side. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. You want to experiment with stepping forward to an Utkatasana, noticing if it feels very different. Step back and play with this a bit. Inhale. Exhale. And then eventually land in your runner's lunge. Feel strong in it. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Let's transition to warrior one on this side. So turn the right heel inwards, square the hips, big inhale. On your exhale, sweep your arms above your head. Be here in your warrior one. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, gently bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. Walk, walk, walk around. Walk to the other side. Find your low lunge with the right leg in front. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, gently step back to a chaturanga or plank. Inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, gently step forward to your forward folds. Inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. On your exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms above your head. On your exhale, bring your hands to prayer. So we're going to do a little bit more Utkatasana work now. We're going to do a rotated Utkatasana and use that later on to inform our alignment for our rotated lunge. So for this, try to have toes together, heels apart. But remember, if that really doesn't work for your body or gives you back pain, you can be hip width. Hands on the hips to start, big inhale. On your exhale, hinge your hips back, bend your knees, find your Utkatasana. Notice how your balance here might be different already. So let's start just by revolving a little bit. Big inhale. On your exhale, can you revolve to one side? Now notice if this knee comes forward as you revolve. If it does, it means you're rotating from the pelvis, and we want to try to get a little bit more of rib cage rotation versus the rotation from the pelvis. So try to keep your knees square, pelvis square, even if it means your range is smaller. And yes, there are people who bind. Like by bind, I mean elbow down to the thigh, but try just having the rib cage rotation right now. Hands in prayer. Breathe, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. Stand up for a moment. We're going to try that on the other side. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, hinge back to your chair and start by rotating to the other side. Now being cautious of this knee, we want to try to minimize that rotation, keeping the pelvis square, trying to rotate from the rib cage. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center and stand up. Okay, go to the tops of your mat. We're gonna play with that from here. I'm going to apologize because with one of our rotations, I am gonna have my back to you, but this is probably the most elegant way to do it while filming. If you guys have suggestions about how I should structure it, please leave it in the comments. So feet hip width aligned with the outside edges of the mat. Inhale, swoop your arms above your head. On the exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, root through the hands, step back to your chaturanga or your plank. Inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Now root through the left heel. Inhale, float the right leg up for three-legged dog. On the exhale, come forward and through. Pull the knee to the nose. Gently walk, step, place the right foot between the hands. Bring the left heel in and down. Big inhale. On your exhale, sweep your arms up. Find warrior one. So now, hands in prayer. Think about keeping your left heel down. That's your anchor. Inhale. On your exhale, hinge forward, squaring the hips. Keeping the left heel anchored. Keeping the pelvis square. Trying to keep this as rib cage rotation as much as possible. Big inhale. On your exhale, rotate the rib cage towards the front leg. Trying to keep the pelvis square. Trying to keep the back heel rooted. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly pull yourself back to center. Sweep your arms above your head. Find that warrior one more time. Notice how that felt, if that felt interesting. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, bring your hands to either side of your right foot. Pop up on the left ball of the foot. Gently step back to your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Breathe in here. Exhale. All right, let's do that on the other side. Root through the right heel. Inhale, float the left leg up for three-legged dog. Exhale, come forward and through. Pull the left knee to the nose. Big inhale here. On your exhale, gently walk, step, place left foot between the hands. Bring the right heel in and downwards. Inhale. On your exhale, slowly sweep your arms above your head. Find your warrior one. So much like before, keep the back leg, the right heel rooted down as your anchor. Square the hips. Hands in prayer. Inhale. On your exhale, start by hinging forward. Think about that Utkatasana work we did before. Now remember, we're aiming for that rib cage rotation. So inhale. On your exhale, see if you can just rotate the rib cage towards the other side, keeping the pelvis relatively square. Keep the back heel down as your anchor. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more inhale? On your exhale, slowly pull your body back to center. Sweep your arms above your head one more time. Find your version of warrior one. Take one more big inhale. On your exhale, gently bring your hands to either side of your left foot. Pop up on the ball of your foot. Step back to your chaturanga and flow. Big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, gently walk, step, hop, forward to your forward fold. Inhale, hands to thighs, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms above your head, look towards your palms. On your exhale, bring your hands to prayer. So we're going to do one more Utkatasana. We're going to work on getting deeper into that twist. As I mentioned before, if it hurts your back, go hip width instead. And you can always lessen the twist if it feels better for your body, and you don't have to worry about binding or anything like that. But I'm just going to demo this because why not? Toes together, heels apart. Start with that Utkatasana work, big inhale. On your exhale, hinge back. Find that glute work. Maybe try to get a little deeper. We've been working on this a few times. Now bring your hands to prayer, big inhale. On your exhale, start by just rotating to one side. Be cautious of this knee and pelvis. As you get deeper, it is harder to maintain the integrity of all of that, which makes me wonder, is it even worthwhile for us to coach going deeper? Take a big inhale. On your exhale, see if you can hook the arm. Try to keep the knees together, pelvis together, and breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. Slowly stand up. Notice how that felt. Could you keep your pelvis relatively square? Could you keep your knees relatively square? If not, I'd encourage you to consider backing up a level. If so, great. Continue to work on that good alignment as you work on twisting even more. Let's do the other side. Inhale. On your exhale, find that Utkatasana again. Find that core engagement. Knees level, pelvis level. Be aware that the two sides will be different. Now inhale. On your exhale, hook the elbow over the other thigh. Keep the knees together. Try to keep the pelvis square. Notice differences between the two sides of your body. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. Slowly stand up. Ooh, notice how you feel. So try to remember that sort of alignment and engagement as we move through this next flow. So feet hip width aligned with the outside edges of your mat. Inhale. Sweep your arms above your head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to thighs. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, root through the hands gently. Step back to your chaturanga or your plank. Big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Now, root through the left heel. Big inhale. Sweep the right leg up. Exhale, come forward and through to chaturanga. Pull the right knee to the nose. Gently walk, step, place right foot between the hands. Keep the left heel lifted this time. We're going to lift to crescent lunge. Inhale. On your exhale, sweep your arms above your head. Find crescent lunge. So now, hands in prayer. Inhale. Hinge forward so that you're in a very modified runner's lunge. Remembering that Utkatasana alignment with your core, your front glute, the front leg. We're going to try the rotation here. Big inhale. On your exhale, rotate towards the front leg. Now, I find on this, your pelvis does rotate to a degree. That's okay. Do the best you can. If anybody wishes, much like your Utkatasana, you can attempt a bind. See if you can square the pelvis to a degree. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly pull yourself back to center. Bring your hands to either side of the right foot. Gently step back to your chaturanga. Big inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards. Hover halfway. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Okay, let's do that on the other side. Root to the right heel. Inhale, float the left leg up for three-legged dog. On the exhale, come forward and through. Pull the left knee to the nose. Big inhale. On your exhale, gently walk, step, place left foot between the hands. Keep the ball of the back foot active and the heel lifted. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, sweep
your hands above your head, find your crescent lunge. Now, bring your hands to prayer. Hinge forward. Remember all that Utkatasana work we've been doing. Big inhale. On your exhale, start by rotating a little bit towards the front leg. And then if you wish, you can attempt to hook. And breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. Bring your hands to either side of your left leg. Big inhale. On your exhale, slowly step back to a chaturanga. Inhale. On your exhale, hug the elbows inwards, hover. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, back to downward dog. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly come to your shins. Take your feet together, take your knees apart. Find child's pose. Take a moment, breathe here, big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly sit up. Come back to your seated position. We're going to finish with a little rotation, much like we did at the beginning of class. Just taking a moment to notice if our bodies feel any different. So, bring one hand behind you, other hand to the outside of the thigh. Twist inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly pull your body back to center. I don't know about you, but I feel like I went deeper than at the beginning of class. Let's try that on the other side. So bring the other hand behind you, the other hand to the outside of the thigh. Twist, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. On your next exhale, slowly bring your body back to center. Now, like at the beginning, find your sit bones. Relax your head, relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. 4 deep, big breaths. Big inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you do one more big inhale? Exhale. Thank you for coming and joining me for class today. If there's anything you want to see in future classes, please leave it in the comment section. Namaste.